Greetings and welcome to Southern Yankee Homestead. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Today we're going to be tackling the cake cookie recipe fail. I did some more research and found some interesting stuff. If you hadn't noticed, the tripod is out in the garage. I just forgot to bring it in, so you're getting up close and personal today. Up close and personal. I think I know why this recipe failed. And apparently in 2012, all the major chains that make cake mixes in the box changed from 18.25 ounces to 15.25 ounces. And when they did that, that basically made this recipe kind of screwed up. Still tastes good, but I want the right consistency. So in 2012, when they changed it, I did the math. I know this is the boring part, but this is chemistry, so there is math involved if it doesn't work out. So 15.25 divided by 18.25 figures out to 83.56%. Basically, they drop 16.5% or 3 ounces off their package. Well, if you're using 8 ounces of Cool Whip or whipped topping, you can't exactly take 3 ounces out because it was an 8 to 18 ratio. So going by that, I figured out the percentage so that we could take the 8 ounces, modify it by 83.56% or multiply by 0.8356, and you come up with 6.68 ounces. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make this recipe, and we're going to make it using 6.68 ounces of whipped cream or whipped topping or Cool Whip, whatever you decide, 1 egg, and we're going to do it in strawberry today just because I didn't like any of the other flavors that had at Dollar General. This will be a little bit more expensive than the last batch because, well, Dollar General didn't have any knockoff stuff there, so I couldn't get, Dollar General for Food Lion whipped topping. I ended up getting Cool Whip. The price is negotiable though. The last batch was under $2. This one is $3.50. So, now that I've done all this talking and bored you completely to death with the math, let's see if the math figures out to practical application. Let me grab a couple more ingredients and we'll be set. Don't worry, this will make sense in a minute. Alright, sorry. To start, we're going to go ahead and empty out our cake mix. Make sure it's not clumpy like the last batch. Oh, and for reference, I've already started the oven. I got it set for 350 degrees. Smells like strawberries. Alright, so, yeah, it's slightly. Pastry blender. All I'm doing is trying to break up any clumps. I could possibly sift it if I had a sifter. I just want to make sure there's no big chunks of anything in here before we go ahead and start doing this. Alright, so we're going to make a pretty big assumption here that the oven is ready. But it says 8 ounces and we are 8.8 ounces. 6.68. So we need to take out 2.2 ounces out of the container. And make sure by weight you're good. So is 1.8. So we want to take 1.8 ounces off. Come on. Alright. Actually, 1.7. You didn't see that. $1.8. Okay, so $1.6, 1.8. So seven ounces on the mark. So if you're weighing it in the container, we want 7 ounces. Now for the hard part. Get everything out the way. You take the whip topping. Trying to scrape as much out as possible. That's good. I take 1 egg. Come on, break. There we go. Get it to break. Now we're just going to mix all this together. Almost forgot. Spray your pan or these things are going to stick like a banshee. Okay. So all I'm doing is rolling these in confectioner sugar and making little balls out of them. And I think I got the recipe correct this time because these have a much better consistency than the last batch. They're still soft, but they're not super soft. Alright, now we're going to bake this for 10 to 12 minutes at 350. I'm saying 10 to 12 because if you got a hot oven it'll be 10, if you got a cold oven it'll be 12. And we're going to place it on a middle rack. Timer. We'll do 10 on this and then we'll figure it out. Alright, we're at 10 minutes. Oh, you're going to like this one.
Not if you keep eating out mine.
I haven't touched them yet.
You ate the half that I left specifically for myself.
It was only a half.
Compared to how many?
This is going to be great for the video.
And they're pink. I love that color.
Hmm?
And they're pink. I love that color.
Can you smell them?
I think so.
Good, that means you don't have COVID.
I said I think so.
Here we go. They actually look like Grandma's. How Graham used to make them. And they're coming off the pan better than the last batch.
Because you remembered to grease them.
No, because I got the recipe right this time. Do it in front of the camera.
Soft.
Mm-hmm. Should be slightly chewy.
It's sweet.
Yep, it should be sweet. Alright, with 2 minutes left on the batch, 2 minutes and 10 seconds, I wanted to do a little recap. The cookies, it's 1 box of cake mix, flavor of your choosing. 1 cold egg. 7 ounces of whipped cream. 7 ounces with just the plastic base that the container comes in. It should be about 6.5 to 6.6 ounces, depending on, or 6.6 to 6.7 ounces, depending on your scale. If you're going to need a scale to do this one correctly. If you don't think you need a scale, take a look at the cake cookie fail, the previous one. They don't come out anything like that. So, 3 ingredients, and the bowl that I had was confectioner sugar, so technically it's 4 ingredients. And you could probably skip the confectioner sugar, but it gives it a nice crinkled look, don't you think? So, box of cake mix, 7 ounces whipped cream, and 1 egg. Mix it all together. Use a tablespoon, about 1.5 tablespoons per. It doesn't have to be exact. If you want to make jumbo cookies, go ahead. It's your thing. If you're doing this with kids, let them decide how big the cookies are going to be. Roll them around in confectioner sugar. Place them on a greased cookie sheet. Greased, key word. Bake for 10 to 12 minutes. If you want, depending on which recipe you have, you can also add chocolate chips, butterscotch, coconut, sprinkles. This is just a recipe base, and this is just using a strawberry cake mix for today. The lemon ones are really good too. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna count this one as a success. If you like the recipe, please like, share, and subscribe down below. Down below. Not in Facebook. We post these on Facebook. Helps us if you do it on YouTube better. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. So, with 10 seconds left, you got anything for me? Can't hear you. You turn your phone. Oh, sorry. Time's up.